What's going on, guys? Boston P6 here, back to another video, and today I'm doing another random album review. And guys, some of these albums I really enjoy, and one of them I'm probably not gonna sleep tonight. So, with that being said, thank you guys for the comments on the video I did yesterday, and we've gotten through this tragedy. And I mean, yeah, we still relive it nowadays, every day that it happens. But thank you guys for the support, and rest in peace to those who have fallen before us. Now, with that being said, I enjoy a lot of these albums, but good Lord in heaven, the last one, I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But anyways, if you guys don't know what this little series I do on my channel is I basically do a numerous amount of albums. I talk about them, and I give them a 0 to 10 scale rating, as I typically know to do. So, with that being said, we're gonna start off with Cannibal Corpse, Violence Unimagined. This is the 15th studio album, and this band formed in 1988 in Buffalo, New York. This came out actually this year, somewhere in April of this year. And the people that are in the band is George Fisher, aka Corpse Grinder, on vocals. Eric Rutan, who's on guitar, who replaced Pat O'Brien after let's just say some incidents happened, and let's just leave it at that. Rob Barrett on rhythm guitar, Alex Webster on bass, and Paul Mazurkiewicz on drums. Now, if you guys remember the first time I listened to Cannibal Corpse, it was their 1992 album, Tomb and Mutilated, and I enjoyed that album even though I didn't really care for the vocals. I love this album. I'm going to flat say I love this album. I understand what the vocals were, because, it's Corpse Grinder, and therefore he has a neck the size of frickin', like, I swear to God, you try to put a frickin' scarf around that guy's neck, it'll fall right off at the seams. But yeah, this album is absolutely spectacular. We start off with Murderous Rampage. It's very chaotic, but damn, is it very, very catchy. Necrogetic Resurrection. Thrashy vibes out this. I'll get into the little nitpicks I have when I'm done with the album, but guys, this just started us with a frickin' God, it's like a frickin' baseball bat to the nads on how sweepingly heavy this album is. My favorite one off of this one, Inhumane Harvest, giant hooks. Just like, I swear to God, if you see Paul Mazurkiewicz drum live, it's like the man's about to have a seizure. And he's what? In his late 50s, I think? Almost 60? And the dude still drums like a fucking machine. I will admit, this album does feel a little more thrashy in some ways than it does a little more death metal-y. But you still get that death metal flavor of not only in the vocals, but in the percussion and the instrumentation as well. Condemnation, Contagion, nice groove, it shows a little bit of melodicism, but it's still got that very heavy vibe off of it. Surround, Kill, Devour, catchy as hell. A Ritual Annihilation, blast beats immediately. It's like, it's just, good Lord, this is just a freaking freight train to your eardrums. Follow the Blood, beer. The bending of the guitar, and just Eric Rutan's he sounds like somebody that will belong in a Judas Priest or an Iron Maiden. I swear to God, by the way he does his guitar solos. And it's a bit odd. I'm like, man, this sounds like a Judas Priest solo, but it's in death metal. It's absolutely phenomenal. But it's a bit slower. It's a lot groovier, but that beer. Just, oh my God, that is freaking catchy. Bound and Burn, unique lead work. Barrett and Rutan just going back and forth. I'm pretty sure Eric Rutan, who, by the way, if you guys don't know who Eric Rutan is, he was part of Morbid Angel for a little bit, and then he had a project called Ripping Corpse, I think back in the 90s. and that kind of fell through. And then he founded and did his own project, Hate Eternal, which he's mainly known for. And he's been friends with Cannibal Corpse, and he did some albums, I think, of Resurrection Plague, Skeletal Domain, Torture, and Kill. And again, I'll get into Eric Rattan's production here in a little bit, but man, did he shine on this album. Slowly sawn, very groovy riffs. Over torture, not overture, as it tends to be corrected in some ways. Over torture. It's got a nice thrashy vibe off of it. And Serpents of the Flame has a crazy, or Serpents of the Flayed has a crazy midsection throughout. Fantastic album. The only nitpicks I have is that Alex Webster's bass isn't really present. If he was shown a little bit more, then it would have been that much of a problem. I have a couple problems with the snare. It kind of sounds like pennies are dropping onto that thing. And it does sound, the production sounds a little bit thin, but that is just minor nitpicks. Those are no gripes about this album. This album is absolutely fantastic. It gets a 9 out of 10 for me. So, after we go to some death metal, why don't we go to the pioneering doom metal? And what other band started off with this? Candlemass, Epicus Doomicus Metallicus, which translates from Dog Latin to Epic Doom Metal. This is 1986, their first album, formed in 89 in Stockholm, Sweden, and in the band is Leif Eldi on bass, Mats Björkman on rhythm guitar, Mats Ekström on drums, Johan Lundqvist on vocals, and Klas Bergwall on lead guitar. And I am sorry for all my Swedish fans who are probably going to hate me in the comments for butchering your tongue and language. I apologize. I'm from the United States, and English is a bitch sometimes. Anyways, I love this album. I really like this album. I just love how Sabbathy it feels to it, because yes, Black Sabbath kind of started the doom metal era. This band pioneered it. They're basically the Judas Priest of doom metal, in my opinion. We start off with Solitude. It's very, very somber, but very Sabbathy. It talks about the themes of depression and suicide, and that kind of connects with me a little bit more. Demon's Gate. It has a weird intro that sounds like it belongs like on the Scooby-Doo cartoon back in the 80s, or Captain Planet, or any Hanna-Barbera era, like not like a Jetsons, but like a maybe like a Fred Flintstones, or like something like Friend the Flintstones, and all that stuff. Just very weird, but it's still a pretty damn good song. Crystal Ball is very, very melodic. There's only one track I think is a bit filler in my opinion, but it's still pretty damn good. Black Stone Wielder. I just kind of tune out a little bit for me, but it's still pretty damn good. Under the Oak, actually, is very, very catchy, and A Sorcerer's Plague is a somber intro, and it's very, very atmospheric. So yeah, 6 tracks, a pretty damn good album. I think they got better down the line, in my opinion, because they did Nightfall, and then they did like the Death to Doom, or the Door to Doom, or something like that. And I think they got better with their sound and maybe with their production a little bit, but this is a fantastic album. I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty damn good album. Only complaint like I have is that I kind of feels like they kind of drawn out the songs a little bit, but that's just a minor nitpick in my opinion. So yeah, damn good album. Next up, Machine Messiah by Supple. This is the 14th album in 2017. Band formed in 84 in Belo Horizonte, oh Christ almighty, Horizonte, Brazil. I apologize for all my Brazilian fans out there. This is a damn good band, and I've been wanting to listen to this band for a while. I did listen to like Morbid Vision, Schizophrenia, Arise, and Beneath the Remains, and I've been wanting to get into their stuff a little bit. Igor and Max Cavallaro, they first started the band, and then they went off to go do their own projects. So, in the band at this point is Derek Rain on vocals, Andreas Kisser on guitar, Eloy Casagrande on drums, and Polo Jr. on bass. On bass, I meant. I'm just gonna say this album is fantastic. Again, a very, very good album. We start off with the title track, very, very doomy, like "Bow Down to Machine Messiah." Just Derek Green's vocals. He was part of he's kind of a death metal vocalist. His roars on this album are just monsters. People could say he kind of overuses them at some points, which I can see that aspect where he's like, "Roar!" Not like that, but Jesus Christ, I don't know what that was, but it's like, "Roar!" Like he's just screaming into the mic. And the next song is one. I literally added the song on my Spotify. I love this. This is so heavy, and just that opening roar from Derek Green. I Am the Enemy. Very, very thrashy. Just insane, chaotic. It's like a freaking kick to the nads every time you hear this song. It's so goddamn heavy, but it's so catchy. Phantom Self. It's a lot more symphonic, which I kind of do like that element. They kind of bring in some symphonic elements. Thank God they didn't go full-blown symphonic in this one. But it's kind of got like an odd intro where there's like cello and like some like chimes and it sounds like piano. But I mean, Phantom Self, it's a pretty damn good song, and I think it's actually one of the stronger tracks on this album. Athena, I think that's how you pronounce it. Athena. It's a filler track, in my opinion, but it's not terrible. Iceberg Dances kind of has some proggy elements to it, which I kind of enjoy, even though I'm not a big prog guy. Sworn Oath, very, very epic, and its next track, Resistance Parasites, is also very epic as well. It kind of sounds like, it would sound like a closer to an album, which honestly would be a lot better in my opinion than the album that actually closed it. But yeah, very, very good song. Silent Violence is very, very aggressive. I kind of get some Slayer vibes off of it because Derek's just screaming and he's got those shrieks that he normally does. Vandal's Nest is very, very groovy. Cyber God, doomy. Very, very doomy. Chosen Skin is thrashy. Got that hyper violent, it just very, kick you in the teeth and punch you right in the ribs type of vibes off of it. The only thing that I didn't care about is the cover on this album. Ultra 7 No Yuda. They did a cover. They normally do cover songs, which I don't understand why. If you're going to do a cover song, at least try. This just felt a little forced in my opinion, but it was short at least. The only thing I can say it was short. So yeah, damn good album. 9 out of 10 for me. This was an absolutely phenomenal album by the Brazilian thrash legends. Oh my hell. And then we get to the last album that I just listened to. A Vow by Portal. This just came out this year. This is their 6th album. They formed in 1994 in Australia. Or Satan's Basement. On the vocals, I had to see who was on it, even though that I don't think anybody could blame me for not looking who's in the band at this point. The Curator on vocals. Horror Ilo Gum on lead guitar. Apothec Molt on rhythm guitar. Ignis Fatus on drums. And Ominous Fatigue on bass. And I apologize for you butchering those names. Before I get into this album, I would like to bring in a little prop, to kind of prepare me for this album. I'll be right back. Found them. This is Steve the Slugger. Cause sweet Jesus Christ, this album makes me want to frickin' hide underneath the sheets. This album makes you feel like you're being watched. And this thing, I swear to God, when I was listening to this album, I thought I was hearing things. I was checking to see if the dogs were making noise, or anything like that, because I'm home alone right now. I literally had to lift up the blinds just to listen to this album. And if I see anything move, I'm going to be hitting a home run on that bitch. Guys, I'm telling you, I think I'm hearing shit. Okay. We start with the first song. There's only 6 songs on this album, so I'm just going to go through quickly. Cataphilic. This, God, Jesus. Guys, I recommend listening to this, honestly. Because, my God, if you don't go to church, this album will make you go to church. It's a creepy-ass atmosphere. And the vocals, it sounds like Satan. It literally sounds like he's like... Not like that, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like there's one watching me. Dude, I seriously feel like there's something watching me when listening to this album. And I already get freaked out enough. After this, I'm probably going to go out for a walk. I swear to God. Oh Fiend, it's uncomfortable. This album is just uncomfortable. Manner of Speaking, I'm not going to sleep tonight. That's what I put. Bode, I need to go to church after listening to this album. And Drain is just nightmare inducing. So yeah, guys, I'm probably going to end this video and check out the house because, or not, because I'm going to be a smart person and not check out shit that I hear. So... Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end this video. The dog is right there. And yeah, I'm probably going to go out for a walk. And I need Jesus. I'm going to probably go to church and baptize myself. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Steve the Slugger says hi. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And join the herd. I'm going to go cry now. So I'll talk to you guys next video. Peace out.